Welcome back to GCN Racing's coverage of the Vuelta Andalucia and highlights of Stage 3. Another long day in the saddle for the 137 riders left in the race, 177 Ks and barely a metre of flat. In total there were 5 classified climbs, 2 of those first category, and then, as ever, a complicated finale, this time into Úbeda. It was a stage built for aggressive racing, and that is exactly what we had from the start. A group of 44 riders separated themselves from the rest of the peloton, but once things had settled down, 10 remained. Over the top of the penultimate climb of the day, they held a 2-minute advantage over the bunch. That 10 riders consisted of Hofstede, Zeitz, Mas, Caruso, Dillier, Fliegen, De Tier, Janssens, Vervaeke and Biscara. Although with Zeitz having a small crash and ending up back in the peloton, Astana could breathe a sigh of relief. He'd been by far the best placed rider in the break on GC. Moving on to the final climb of the day, the Puerto De Baeza, and there were some fresh attacks from the bunch. None of those though got particularly far up the road. Up front though, we still had 5 riders from the original breakaway remaining. Although without any time gap graphics, we could only guess as to their advantage over the peloton. But as we timed them through this left-hander, we saw it was under 20 seconds. And so, despite the best efforts of Enric Mas here on the front for Team Movistar, they were soon caught by a select group that was being led by Mikel Landa of Bahrain McLaren. He sits in second place on the GC, and so Fuglsang, as you'd expect, was in very close attendance. Also here, Jack Haig, Pello Bilbao, Dylan Teuns and Marc Sawyer, and it was he who would be the next to try his luck. It was a strong attack from the Spaniard, but it was Landa himself who'd managed to close him down. The whole finale to today's stage, in fact, was fantastic. Attack after attack after attack. Jack Haig of Mitchelton Scott tried, so too did Dylan Teuns. Jakob Fuglsang was always there or thereabouts though, and he had the advantage of teammate Jonis Aguirre for company. It was Teuns here in the green and Jack Haig who came into the final corner with a small advantage over the rest behind. The only problem being that Teuns didn't turn. A costly mistake that saw them both lose all of their momentum. There was no such problem for Jakob Fuglsang though, who had clearly done his homework. The Dane was looking to defend today, but in the end, he'd take his second win in 3 days, just from Pello Bilbao. A great ride from Brandon McNulty saw him finish 3rd. Izaguirre could celebrate in 4th, Sawyer came 5th, whilst Teuns and Haig were left wondering what could have been 5th and 6th respectively at 8 seconds. Well, it's been a brilliant start to the season for this man, hasn't it? 2 wins out of the first 3 days of racing, and he's looking all set to take the overall victory at this race too. Here are your overall standings. His advantage now 14 seconds over Mikel Landa, Pello Bilbao at 30 and Teuns at 31. The only thorn in the side of Fuglsang is the fact that all of those 3 ride for the same team. Find out tomorrow if they can take that jersey away from him.